through a really long time in between. And we're in a different galaxy. But what's also very fascinating, I have the invisibility cloak around me, which is to hide my energy signal. And I am flanked by a skene of dragons. So a skene is when the geese fly and they're in the V point. So my golden dragon is the lead, and the other dragons are back, and the two end dragons are white Sophia dragons. They are huge dragons, huge. So another first, this has not happened before, that the dragons have flown this way before. So now we're just hanging out. Hilly, are we waiting for a shuttle or a spaceship to come? We're waiting for a ship. Okay. So will you all be able to go on the ship then? Most of us, yes. Are they needing the dragons to triangulate the signal again? Yes. Are you guys space objects again? No, not this time. Okay.
I love it. I love that. I love it.
Oh, I know the space. My portal just opened and a ship came out. Gosh, that's scary when that happens. All of a sudden, there's a flash of light and a ship. So, is this Commander Zillian's ship, or is this an Andromeda Council ship? Neither. Uh-oh. Is this a friendly ship? Yes. Is it an Arcturian ship? Yes, it is. Aha! I wonder if we're going to get to see those ascension chambers again.
Yeah, remember that other time when we talked with one of the Arcturians I had requested? That was interesting.
Mm-hmm. That was when they showed us how they're helping the children heal. Yeah.
Right.
That was amazing.
So maybe we'll get an update on that, because that's definitely needed.
Well, we're heading towards the ship.
Yeah, I can perceive it.
And we're in the cargo hold. Why is it so dark? I can't see. Are the Sophia dragons aren't coming in, are they? They will hold the field as long as they need out there. Okay. So
no walls to touch because we're in a ship.
Yeah, really. No walls to light up. That's right. I forgot about that. Well, they just closed the cargo hold. And the lights are coming on. Wow. Very different. It's a very different field. A field and feeling here than I normally experience. I can't pinpoint why it's this way. Okay, Gilly.
The Arcturians, don't forget, are very high dimensionality and beyond form.
Maybe I'm not vibrating high enough. Yeah, I'm still on Gilly. I'm still... Oh, okay. I need help. Gilly, somebody, I need help seeing in this space. Oh. something, my vibration is being raised. I'm not sure what's going on, everyone. I'm just vibrating.
Right. Well, I'll give you, with my team,
good.
the creation diamond and the creation conduit energy to support you and what we are here to do.
I think that they're doing their own thing. I don't think I need that, Mark.
Okay. Well, I'm making it available.
They're doing something. Thank you. Okay. I just am in light. I'm kind of floating in light right now. And I'm high above the dragons at this point. I'm just floating. This is very strange. I feel like I'm just lifting. I don't even feel like I'm in the ship anymore, honestly. I can't possibly be in the cargo hold. I'm too high up.
You're probably shifting in dimensionality.
Yeah, maybe. I'm just
So
floating in a ball of light.
It's another level of perception and existence.
I'm hanging out as a ball of light right now. Hello. Hi.
Namaste.
There's another being that just came in, and this is an Arcturian being who's of the light. She's vibrating at a frequency of light. The Arcturians can come and go from light to form when they get to 10th to 12th dimensional vibration. So you are vibrating in the light form. Yes, that is where I wish to talk with you. Thank you. And that's why you've raised me up in vibration. Correct. You couldn't have seen me or talked to me before then.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you for attending. Can you tell us what your name is? I'm so that I have a means to call you or honor you with. I can. The easiest way for you to call me a name, as you would in human form. My name is Xenia. 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 So Z-E-N-Y-A. Xenia? Correct. Xenia would be the right word to use for me to honor my vibrational frequency. And Xenia, I'm getting the feeling that you are a type of priestess. That would be one word for me, yes. Yes, I am a priestess. Another word in your language that would work is to say goddess. I am a goddess. Are you a goddess of a particular energy or emotion? Yes. I am the goddess of compassion. I work with compassion. We certainly need a lot of that on the planet right now, don't we? Exactly. That is why I wish to work with the two of you.
So that would be like a higher dimensional aspect of Kuan Yin, long at it, because I know she represents compassion as well.
Yes, I am a different dimensionality. To say higher is too much of a judgment statement. And that's not a compassionate thought. So
Understood.
Yes, you of all people, Mark, understand the dimensionality of energy. And one dimension doesn't diminish another. It's just a different energy wave and formulation.
Right.
So what I wish to express for everyone on Earth right now is that compassion is so needed. You must, in order to ascend and lift yourself into a different state of being, which is what ascension is truly about. It's raising your consciousness to a new vibratory pattern of being. It's just a different state. It's easy to judge dark energy. It's easy to judge dense energy. It's easy to judge hatred and evil and harm. What's the greatest skill is to have compassion for it. And you can't evolve as souls until you can look at everything with compassion. It requires that you allow your vibration to remain stable. Excuse me. In that stability, excuse me, everyone, I needed to take a drink. Go on, Senya. When you judge, what you do is you take your vibration from love and you move it back to 3D and judgment, making the certain groups on the planet wrong, making certain decisions wrong, making certain policies wrong, making certain events wrong. When you do that, you lower your vibration. It's not serving, especially now. Especially now. I wished to speak to the two of you and those listening to you, because you are the ones who are creating the most powerful force of this dimensional shift that's out there. Those that you follow, those that have awakened. You are of the vibratory field that can make the most difference on the planet right now. So think about compassion as a wave of energy. It is a wave of energy that allows you to honor all emotional, energetic choice on the planet. And that emotional, energetic choice is what a soul is playing out to more fully understand their light or lack of light. I wish you to understand that some people who are choosing the dark, some people who are choosing harm to the planet or to other beings, It is because they don't understand their light. They don't understand it. They don't see it. They don't know how to be it. They're no different than you on Gilly's back saying, I can't see, I can't understand, help me understand. And we lifted you to a place, a vibratory pattern that you could understand. Many of the beings on your planet right now are in a dark vibration that they can't see. Can't see light. They can't feel their truth. They can't understand the power of love. They just don't get it. And they will only be able to see it when there are enough of you vibrating in compassion and understanding. Very, very important, especially right now. Because when you vibrate at that compassion and that understanding dimension, when you vibrate there, you send a neutrality wave out, a neutral wave. It is a wave that releases resistance. It is a wave that allows beings to float and go, what else is there? It is a wave that's unconditional. And in that unconditional space, those beings will be able to stop holding on to what they're fighting for. They will stop holding on to having to create destruction to feel power. A lot of destruction is created just so that they can feel. Because they can't feel love. They can't feel the vibration of cooperation. They can't feel the vibration of forgiveness. They can't feel it. More important than ever, that all of you allow yourself to rise to the vibration and the frequency of compassion, understanding, neutrality. Because that is the wave of energy that will make the greatest shift on your planet right now. Right now. The greatest shift. You're all doing yourselves and others a disservice when you play the judgment game, when you get angry, when you make the situations wrong. You just feed the powerlessness. You feed that. And I know, we all know from this dimension that is not what you want to create. But in many ways, all of you are searching because you're still lost as to what the power and strength of your light truly is. Truly is. And the two of you do wondrous things when you do your meditations, when you connect to your oversoul and all your higher self aspects, when you fully connect to the radiance of your star tetrahedron soul light. When you radiate from that space, you are sending out that neutrality wave. I want to empower more of you to do that, and I want to empower the two of you to do it more often. It matters. Whenever you start to feel like you're going to judge or get angry, or you watch media or the news and you want to say some expletive words and yell and scream for a while, stop. Stop yourself. Because that will only empower what you don't want. Stop yourselves and go into your star tetrahedron light source, connect to all higher selves and your oversoul, and radiate. Radiate love. That is where your power is. That is where your true light source is. That is where compassion exists. That's where understanding exists. That's where forgiveness exists. That's where the wave of neutrality emulates from. And that is what will cause the greatest shift possible on your planet at this time. That wave of light. Because those who can't see, can't feel, can't understand will start to see, feel, and understand. Karen, your experience with the Draco named Thor. We have heard about this. That being felt the wave of love from you when you connected to Archangel Michael and you were wrapped in his wings. And he felt the profound love in your heart and your light in that moment of time. That was a moment, a snap, a second of time. And in that moment, that being saw what love was, probably for the first time in his existence. And he wanted to know more. This is the power that wave of light serves.
Because I remember when I met him and he connected to my heart energy, acknowledged mine was like Karen's. I could feel him connecting to my heart energy.
He is desperate to know more. He has given up his sovereignty to understand love. Think about that. Think about that. Right now on the planet Earth, all of you are demanding that the sovereignty of your light allow you the freedom you were born to. This is the exact opposite. He is saying, I release my sovereignty to understand the light and love. That's the huge dichotomy that exists on your planet. You have beings who don't know love. But you are at a critical turning point right now. And you all of you listening, please know that you have the opportunity. You have the opportunity to be that moment of love and light for someone. Every time you do your meditations, you send out waves of love. Beings like Thor, the Dracos, who don't know what love is. They don't know what compassion is. The reptilian race, this is something they're learning. They're having to learn. It is not a gift that they were born with. Mostly it was genetically eliminated from them. They have victims too in their own right. You've all been experimented on. But this is how you understand who you are and who you aren't. Karen, you love that phrase. To love who you are and who you aren't. It's time to love who they aren't and show them what love is. Have compassion, have understanding, and be the example. Be the light, be the love, be that wave of energy that will allow them to have an imprint and want more. Want more. Because the truth of the matter is, Thor, releasing his sovereignty, is opening him up to a greater potential, an expression of sovereignty. Going to say that again. Releasing his sovereignty as a Draco who doesn't understand love and compassion is opening himself up to a greater expression of sovereignty in an expansion of emotional potential.
And it will help to spread it to other Draco, other reptilians who choose to be free.
The hundredth monkey effect works in many ways. Yes. Yes. It becomes a ripple effect. The same as, no different, think about it, one person on your planet vibrating at love is equal to hundreds of thousands who aren't. A Draco operating at love is equal to hundreds of thousands who aren't. Same potentials exist throughout the quantum field.
Like look at Commander Zillion and how many cities that he and societies that he has created in different galaxies, and how those cities have grown exponentially, and more of the other reptilians have joined him to choosing to be free and are populating these cities with many other races, and how much is getting accomplished because of that.
Exactly. And Commander Zillion was like Thor. He saw love and wanted to know more. And meeting the two of you expanded that possibility greatly. You weren't the initial catalyst for him. However, meeting you that day on the ship, Karen, he knew how afraid you were. And he did everything in his power to change his energy field to let you know that he didn't want to harm you. That went against the grain of everything he had been taught. Everything he had been taught. He worked so hard. It actually pushed him into a different existence pattern that day when he talked with you in that cargo hold. And it was that moment that the Andromeda Council knew they could reach out to him and work with him. That was not the initial catalyst, but a huge transformation. You could say that that was a moment of a phoenix recreation for him. And you, Karen. And you. You had to quiet your darkest fears to honor him and be present. You both went through a phoenix recreation in that day. I wish so much we still had that recording. I wish we had that. Unfortunately, that was taken down. You have the emotional imprint of it, which is just as important and more powerful. Yes.
Mm.
So do the Andromeda Council, apparently. I didn't know they were following me. They had no idea what would result from that day, but thank goodness they did. Yes, thank goodness.
Because I know Karen and I, and our work has grown exponentially, and us believing in ourselves and our potential, and so much more from that day moving forward to today, where we are light years from where we were then, and still growing and expanding even more in service of love to support all of creation.
Exactly the point, Mark. The point being is, when you allow yourself those moments of stepping away from judgment and expressing and sharing love and understanding for another, that moment when Karen and Commander Zillion spoke, his name wasn't Zillion at the time, but when they spoke and they allowed their fears to be released and they created a space of neutrality for each other, honoring each other's truth, understanding them and having compassion for where each side of the spectrum was existing at the moment, that created the transformational phoenix moment where their lights would never be the same again. And in that moment of compassion and understanding, they both rose to a new vibrational frequency of existence. That is what's possible now on your planet in every moment. Take that example, use it. Every time you don't understand something, go to a place of wanting to understand, creating a neutral space, and having compassion for the other's journey, for the other's walk. And when you do, you will create these transformational moments. You will create this phoenix recreation energy, and your vibration will lift. And you will move the planet to fifth dimensional existence faster than any other process you can do. This is the truth of ascension. This is the way to create it, to rise into it and become it. This is the message I wished to bring to you today.
And like we've already mentioned, working through Simon Parkes and the other truthers, as we have discussed today, as you know, will expand that exponentially on all levels.
Those that need to hear it will hear it, and it will expand. Because you will take the message out now, and you will create neutral fields in those other areas of life. When you're finding your tribes, when you're finding your connections and the people who are in the same understanding and thought process, when you find those and you share this, it will expand exponentially. That's what matters. That's what the two of you now have a crystal clear understanding about. And my intent is that everyone listening has that same crystal clarity. And that crystal is the diamond that you will all take forward and work with. It is the light source that will emulate out to all others and hold a vibration on your planet. Mark, create those diamonds and set them around the planet, and you will assist to hold this neutral field. That is my request of you. Will you honor it?
Of course. And I am in joy and appreciation and love for you and the rest of the Arcturians to work with me with the creation diamonds, creation conduits, and everything else. Thank you.
We have been working with you, and yes, we will continue. Absolutely. Thank you.
Can you give us an update on the children and the others of human trafficking as we were told before for the other Arcturian? And can you give us an update?
As to the ascension chambers and the souls being healed, the process is going extremely well, and there are many, many beloved children that have found homes and are doing extremely well. We have been placing them throughout our galaxy in different homes or in the appropriate galaxies where their light vibration will be most honored and they will feel the most connected to. It varies. So the ascension chambers are working extremely well, the light chambers that we showed you before, and the process is going extremely well. Denya, I get a sense that most of the children have already been saved. Is that true? Most of the children that we would work with have been found. There may be a few scattered here and there, but from what we could tell, we have gotten them all from the underground facilities. There are still children being held, but those are more of the earthling children. They're the surface human children who will stay on the planet. They are not the inbred different species children that can't stay on the planet. They're the ones with families to go back to. Or they're humanoid, so they need to stay on Earth.
So, like if I remember right, what we were told at that time is they will be with the Pleiadian and Assyrians on their hospital ships, that these children will not know much different since they look very much like us. And they will get a different type of healing from the medical facilities they have, which are different than what you have, if that's what we were told at that time.
They will be served by med beds. They do not need the Ascension Soul Chamber light analyzers. The beings that are the mixed species are the ones that needed that because their light was so fragmented. So yes, we have been enjoying the work with these children. They've just been such a delight, such a delight. We are honored to have been part of the process, and we assist with the other groups, as you mentioned, the Pleiadians, Assyrians. They are, and the Andromedans, they are working with these children in a capacity in which they can reintroduce them to Earth. And if not, they are finding homes in those galaxies. There's many possibilities, thankfully, and they will be served. They will be honored and served. They are truly being honored and served, and that's what matters. With that,
Has there been adults that have been saved as well? Has there been adults that have also been rescued and helped through the Pleiadian Assyrians and or yourselves?
Yes. Yes. Those that have been the most psychologically traumatized are also being put through the light analyzers. It's trickier for them because we've tried to mind wipe them so they can come back to the planet, but we're not having as much success with that as we'd hoped, so they're also needing to stay in other worlds. They can't come back to the planet. And some of them have chosen to go back to light. They didn't want to continue existing. They wanted to go back to light and be reborn again. And that's where we help them with the trauma, so that they wouldn't be born with that karmic trauma any longer. So it's a mixture of solutions. We work with each individual to find the best solution. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, I thought that was important.
Very good. All right. With that, I'm going to take my leave. And I thank you for allowing me to share this wisdom with you. It is a crucial turning point for your planet. The more of you who can hold this compassion, understanding, neutrality, wave of energy, the better. The better. It's at a point where that is greatly needed to serve all. I thank you for the work that you do, for the love and the compassion that you have, and for your ascension journey. Namaste. Namaste, Xenia.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Xenia. Thank you.
All right. I am being lowered in this energy field. I wonder why I needed the cloak if I was with her. Oh, I'm hearing that I needed the cloak so that they could lift my vibration. I had to get rid of my earth vibration traumas. Interesting.
I understand that. It makes sense.
It does make sense. I wouldn't have guessed that, though. Okay, I'm back at Gilly. So let me thank everyone listening. Let you know that you can get information about myself through the channel. Just click on the About information and you can find me and my website and my work. And there's information on how to connect to Mark in the show notes. We want to ask you to please subscribe. That's a way I send out messages. You'll hear about when I post the next one. I also have a newsletter on my website you can subscribe to that I send out information on. Either way, you will learn about the new shows. And hit the like button. We've got to grow our base before we can receive an income from this work. But more importantly, share, let others know, especially this conversation. Whether you subscribe and like, please share this. it's so important for this time of ascension that we all hold this field. And the more that are doing that, the faster we can move beyond the chaos on Earth right now. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Right. And in the next few months, I will be working to design a new website. I just need to find the right website programmer, and then Karen will be updating my information once that is completed.
Correct. I'm working on updating mine as well, my website. So lots to come. There will be opportunities on Patreon that I'm going to be introducing that everybody can take part in. And so we will grow and evolve the ascension process together. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste to everyone. Goodbye for now.
Namaste. Love and blessings to all.